Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Um, there's not much I have to say about this game. It was a shootout. One thing I do want to say, congratulations, the first player in history, 125 yards plus. AJ Brown, props to you. Came in big for us today, especially in the first half and then the beginning of the second half. We had some fumbles. Devontae Smith, the Slim Reaper, play calling, dude. We're gonna talk about all that stuff because there was some stuff. You know what? We won, and a huge. I took the over in this game. Thank God. Because the numbers of the favorite, which was the Eagles were 6.5, it went up to 7 for some weird reason, and I had made my overall pick on the overall under instead, just because of the fact that we went to overtime with them last time. I believe it was 43. And the total score was 69 points. Damn. You know what I mean? Anyways, 11 drives, I believe, for both teams. But in the first half, we were just struggling bits. Like, we turned over the ball inside the 5-yard line. And then the whole tush push. I think that's it for the tush. I think that might be it. I think this game pretty much finished the tush series, I should say, from when we started it, because we had a fumble on the tush push that we should have scored to tie it, and it was recovered by Washington, and I believe the next attempt, which was in the second half, I believe it was the DeAndre Swift's touchdown. Where we lined up for it and we just handed it off and he just went to the end zone. But yeah, 300 yards for Mr. Hurts, 4 touchdown passes. AJ Brown with one of those one-handed. He had 2 touchdown catches today. 8 receptions for 130 yards. Congratulations to him, the first player to do the 6-game streak with 125 yards plus. Defensive calls, I was not loving it today, as well as the offensive play calling in the first half. It's a good thing they put it on the screen, man. We ran it 4 times in the first half, and we passed it 20. I mean, talk about the scales leaning into one way, big time. I mean, I believe, in my eyes, that's why we were struggling so much, because we just, I don't know what it is about the pass that our offensive coordinator is so in love with, and I don't know if it's another thing that they're saving the running game for second half, because that's when I believe they gave it to Swift 21 times in the second half alone. No, I'm sorry, 15 times. We ran it a total of 22 times total. Hurts, Gainwell had like 3 carries and shit. I don't even know, but because he didn't really gain much, I think he was the 3rd running person with yards. The second person was Hurts, and of course DeAndre Swift was first with 16 carries. 4 runs, and then we ran it 18 more times in the second half. So I don't know if we're just trying to save this shit, hide some cards and we can use them in the second half. But for me, yes, it's a victory. But for me, I really feel like we can control the game more if we run the ball the whole game. We got to start off running the ball, dude. I mean, even football. And you look at the other side, and I didn't see how much times they ran it or passed it, but most of the drives that I was covering on my phone, I mean, they were like mixing it up most of the time. Yes, they had all had, you know, touchdown passes. But they were running the ball. They were trying to run the ball the whole game. And for me, that's what really like defies the game. That's why, I mean, yes, we were winning 38-24. They went down the field and scored. You know, they get that outside kick. Who knows what happened? The last time we played these guys, they scored with 4 seconds left on the clock. Go ahead, touchdown to tie. We ended up playing in overtime, winning in overtime, but I mean, with a field goal. But you know, that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. And turnovers, gentlemen, turnovers. They got to be minimized on the offensive side. I really feel like the tush push. Yeah, maybe it was on, you know, Hurts and Jason Kelce. But the fumble with Gainwell, I mean, I don't even, in the first half, I don't even know why you're running Gainwell to the outside right or to the outside left. Like, running down the middle, dude. Run him down the middle. I've always known him. I mean, last year we were winning big in our first playoff game. We're running down the middle. I mean, sometimes I don't get some of these play calls. At the same time, he wasn't our offensive coordinator last year, Brian Johnson. So it could be a major adjustments he's got to make. But there's not a lot that pissed me off in this game. Really, like, I did want to run it more in the first half because of the struggles. But then, like, we go into the half 10-17. And then we come out the game 38-31. I mean, you can't be mad about that. 28 points in the second half, dude. I mean, for the Philadelphia Eagles. That's huge. I mean, that's just... not to talk about, like, I believe it was 24-17 at the end of the third quarter. So we scored, I believe, 21 points in the fourth. I mean, that's just going off. I mean, that's just going off with somebody. But at the same time, sorry about that. At the same time, it is a shootout. 38-31, that's a shootout game. One of my favorite games coming up now. Finally, you know, the Cowboys versus the Eagles. I believe the Eagles are at home. I'm not sure, but if it is at Dallas, that's my number one game that every year, that's the game I wake up and look forward to, dude. Got money on this game, bro. Actually, on both games. So yeah, I definitely look forward to this game, man. Finally, some Cowboys and Eagles action. Yeah, I can't wait. Next Sunday afternoon, I believe it's at 4. Another Eagles victory, 7-1. Congratulations to AJ Brown. The defense, dude. Look, I did mention some of the defensive play calls, but they got 2 turnover on downs. I believe a sack fumble, 2 sacks, 1 including sack fumble. Hassan Riddick, shout out to him. Blankenship with the interception. We did great on special teams. Shout out to special teams, dude. The field goals, the Covey with some of the big returns. Overall, on all three phases, we won. We just gotta we gotta clean some stuff up. We gotta clean those turnovers up, man. I mean, and yes, Hurts fumbled it, but as well as Gainwell. I mean, like, we just gotta get these turnovers out. I mean, they just gotta be out of our offensive scheme, because if we turn it over, I mean, that's just not gonna help us. We can't come back and win and go off every single game. We got to maintain and win at ease, with ease and shit. We can't just keep doing this turnover crap and pull stuff out of our asset. I mean, it's just not going to work every single time. We got to manage the game right. Play calling, I think, has a lot to do with it offensively. Defensively, stop playing too much zones. I feel like we got really like shredded in our zone defenses in the secondary. I mean, they're just running their routes right past them, catching the balls in between those zones. They're not being covered. You got guys standing around and covering an area. I mean, come on. Put a double safety out there, cover man. I mean, get some help back there, dude, on third downs. I mean, they were just getting too much third down conversions today that I saw. But there's not much I have to really criticize. I mean, yes, we have to clean that stuff up, but we did win. 7-1, baby. 6 games with 125 yards, AJ Brown. The Slim Reaper, Devontae Smith with a 38-yard touchdown catch. I'm happy for him, dude. I love DeAndre Swift. I really do. I want his jersey. I'm gonna have to get a Browns jersey, man. Julio Jones scored a touchdown today. I mean, we just had a big game today in Washington. I'm really happy because the last time we faced this team, it was tough for us, and it wasn't not tough. It's just we went off in the fourth quarter. There was no overtime. We just went off in the fourth quarter, and then keep following your boy, bro. 7-1. We got the Cowboys next. Cowboys and Eagles, bro. To me, that's the biggest rivalry in the league, dude. It's the biggest rivalry in the league. But it might not be, you know. It might be the Commanders. You know, we've had huge games against them. We'll see how the games go against Dallas, and then we go into the bye. So I mean, I want us to get this win, heal up, because when we come back, we got the Chiefs, I believe, at the Chiefs. I'm not sure if it's at home. Then we got the Bills, 49ers at home. Then we go back to Dallas, and that's my favorite game. That's the game that everybody's yelling at us, you know, in Dallas. You know, all the pressure's on us, and what are we gonna do about it, right? But that's too far ahead of the schedule, man. We got Dallas at home. We go back to Philly. Let's get it, man. Let's get it. It's Eagles in Dallas week, bro. Eagles in Dallas week. Follow your boys. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next weekend, bro. We'll see what happens. We got this.